Hello, football fans. We are ready for NFL picks for week number 8 in the league where they play for pay. Great to be back with you guys. Week number 8 already. I had a spectacular week number 7. 13-3. There was money to be made last week. I hope you guys did well. Let's dive right into it. Week 8, 4 teams on a bye. Arizona on a bye. They are up to 5-2. Had a great win against Seattle. Nice comeback win against Seattle. A very important win for Arizona. They've won 3 in a row. They look like a very good team right now. Arizona on the bye, 5-2. Washington on the bye, up to 2-5. Just slam dunk Dallas. That win puts Washington right in the thick of things in the NFC least. Jacksonville, they're on a bye. They've been on a bye basically for the last 6 weeks. They're 1-6. What else is new with them? Nothing really to talk about with Jacksonville. And the Texans are on a bye. They're 1-6, lost to Green Bay. What has happened to the Texans? This is a team that was always in the playoffs or knocking on the door for the playoffs. They've fallen completely apart. It's basically about Watson running around trying to make things happen. The rest of the team has gone downhill, including the defense. Those 4 teams on a bye. Pick number 1. Let's go to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where the Kansas City Chiefs are -19 against the New York Football Jets. Chiefs up to 6-1, beat Denver. Jets down to 0-7, lost to Buffalo. Jets did try and hang in the game. They just don't have enough offense at all. Listen, what can you say about this game? Super teaser for all you super teaser lovers, where you get a boatload of points, 20 points. Move it to pick them and take the Chiefs. You can't take the Jets. This game should be over in the first quarter. Chiefs roll about 50-10. Let's move on. Pick number 2. This is the Monday Night Football game. Let's go to the Meadowlands in New Jersey, not too far from where I am, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are -10 against the New York Football Giants. Giants down to 1-6, lost a heartbreaker to Philly. That was a game they could have won. The Giants have been in a lot of games recently. They are competing. They are trying as hard as they can. They just don't have a lot of talent. They could have easily won that game against the Eagles, though. Tampa Bay, they're really starting to hit their stride now. They're up to 5-2. They beat Vegas. They signed Antonio Brown. That's another weapon. Tampa Bay is starting to find their stride the last couple of weeks. Beat Green Bay at home, then went on the road and handled Vegas. I like what I see from Tampa, and they're cutting down on the mistakes and the penalties. Remember 3 weeks ago they had that awful loss to the Bears where they had 5 million mistakes, 4 billion penalties. They've cut down on that. The offense is really starting to peak. Tampa Bay is hitting their stride. This is what we thought we might get from Tampa Bay at the beginning of the year. They're starting to play their best football. To me, this is a 3-team teaser game, 9 points, moving to 1. You got to take Tampa Bay. There is no way in the world they are losing to the Giants on Monday Night Football. They have too much firepower. The Giants cannot keep up with them. Tampa is pick number 2. Pick number 3, let's go up to Buffalo, where the Buffalo Bills are -4 against the New England Patriots. Buffalo up to 5-2, beat the Jets. Did not make things easy for themselves. Buffalo was in the red zone like 100 times. They settled for, they tried 8 field goals, made 6 of them, couldn't get in the end zone. Why? Penalty after penalty after penalty. Bills got to cut down on their penalties. Bills have not looked great the last 3 weeks. New England, they're down to 2-4, got bombarded by San Francisco. That's the second time in a row, second week in a row where New England has looked awful at home. Cam Newton looks lost. He's throwing the ball into the ground. Listen, Pat fans, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It's over. It's over. And I know if they happen to win this game, they'd be only like a game out in the loss column with the division. It's over. It's not going to happen this year. It has come to an end officially. The last 2 weeks you've seen that. I mean, they have not looked good at all. Cam Newton can't throw the ball from here to there. They've had a lot of guys sitting out because of this, because of the virus situation. Their schedule's been changed. It's not happening for New England this year. It's over. I think Buffalo has been looking forward to this game for a long time. This is when Buffalo wants to put the nail finally in the New England coffin. They've had to listen to, talk about New England for the last 20 years. They've been, second fiddle to New England for the last 20 years. Buffalo wants this game in the worst way. They're going to put the nail in New England's coffin. They're going to send New England to 2-5, and New England's season is going to be done. I don't see how New England wins this game up in Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to be all fired up. This is going to be like a Super underdog ball game for them. They haven't played well the last 3 weeks. You know they're saving it all here for New England. Buffalo, money line in this game. I like Buffalo in the money line. Move it to, pick them with the point spread in the money line. Take Buffalo. I do not like New England in this spot. I think Buffalo is going to lay it on them here. I like the Bills. That's pick number 3. Pick number 4. Let's go to the NFC least, where the Philadelphia Eagles are home, -3.5 against the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles up to 2-4-1. Came back and beat the Giants. That puts the Eagles in first place. This seems like just like last year. The Eagles are going to steal this division with probably a losing record. I told you this a few weeks ago. As bad as the Eagles have played, they're in first place. Dallas, they're 2-5. They got bombed by Washington. Dalton goes out with a concussion. Now they're down to their third-string quarterback. Dallas is a train wreck. They don't even look like they're competing. They look like they've checked out. They have nothing left. Nothing. I'm actually surprised the spread is only 3.5 points. I love the Eagles here in the money line as well. Take the points away. Bet the Philly in the money line. Philly's home. They've looked better the last few weeks. And what did Dallas show you last week? What did the Cowboys show you last week that would give you any faith in them? They checked out against Washington, who had 1 win. Now they could be down to their third quarterback. It's all falling apart for Dallas. I mean, they're going in the wrong direction. It is a total mess and nightmare. McCarthy has shown me nothing as well. I like Philly in the money line. That's the Sunday night football game. That is pick number 4. Pick number 5. Let's go to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field with a team with the most championships and Super Bowls combined. The Green Bay Packers are home, -6.5 against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota, of course, 1-5 off the bye. Minnesota has had a dreadful season. Green Bay up to 5-1. They rebounded and beat the Texans last week. Listen, we've seen this game before. They played week 1. Green Bay carved up Minnesota. Minnesota couldn't stop them, and they're not going to be able to stop them here on the road. Minnesota, to me, showed me, again, nothing 2 weeks ago. Nothing. They laid a complete egg at home against Atlanta. I have no faith in them going into Green Bay and winning the game. I know it's a huge rivalry. I get all that. This should be exactly like week 1. Green Bay is going to score a lot of points, and Minnesota will not be able to keep up with them. Move the line to pick them in a 2-team teaser and take the pack. I like Green Bay. That's pick number 5. Pick number 6. Let's go to the dog pound in Cleveland, where the Cleveland Browns are -2.5 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders down to 3-3, lost to Tampa Bay. That game was close for 3 quarters, then the Raiders fell apart. Listen, it's the same story with the Raiders. They can do some things on offense. They have no defense whatsoever. None. This is why I found it really strange years ago that Gruden didn't keep Mack. The Raiders needed Mack on this team for some sort of defensive presence. They have none on the team. They can score some points, but they can't stop anybody. So when you can't stop anyone, you got to play a perfect game on offense. Raiders have had a tough schedule. They're 3-3. But again, up and down all around and not a good defense. Cleveland, they're up to 5-2. Nice comeback win against Cincinnati. They score at the end. Mayfield played a very good game. Odell Beckham Jr. out for the year. That's a big loss for Cleveland. I'm going to move the line to 8.5 and take the Raiders. I think this is a high-scoring shootout, weather permitting, of course, in Cleveland. I think this game could go either way. I think the Raiders can definitely hang in with Cleveland. You're telling me I'm getting 8.5 with the Raiders against Cleveland without Odell Beckham Jr. I got to like the Raiders there. I think this game could go either way. That's pick number 6. Pick number 7, let's go to the jungle in Cincinnati, where the Tennessee Titans are -6 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals down to 1-5-1. Like I mentioned, they lost to Cleveland. It's the same story with the Bengals. They're close, but they just can't get over the hump. They could easily have a winning record this year, Cincinnati. Instead, they're 1-5-1. But I do like Burrow as the quarterback. I think their future is bright. Tennessee, they dropped to 5-1, lost their first game to Pittsburgh, fell way behind in the game, tried to rally, fell short. They missed a field goal at the end. So Tennessee is a 6-point favorite on the road. I'm going to move the line to 12 and take the Bengals. The Bengals have been in just about all their games. They've had a chance to win most of them, and Tennessee plays a lot of games close also. That combination leads me to believe this game will be close. I'll take the Bengals. I'm getting 12 and the home field. I'll go that way. That's pick number 7. Pick number 8, let's go to the Motor City in Detroit, where the Indianapolis Colts are -3 against the Detroit Lions. Colts 4-2 off the bye. Detroit, They're up to 3-3, beat Atlanta with no time left. That's the game where, Gurley should have stopped at the half-yard line, but his momentum carried him in. So Atlanta got burned there. Nice comeback win by Detroit. That actually happened twice this weekend. Not only with the Falcons not stopping at the 1-yard line, Penn State did the same thing. They had a chance to, fall down at the 1. They went in, and Indiana ends up beating them. So that happened twice over the weekend. Gurley was really upset about that. And he's a guy that has done that before. He has stopped at the 1-yard line, so he was really upset about that. That was a tough loss for Atlanta, but that was a good win for Detroit. Detroit is up to 3-3. I'm going to move the line and take Detroit. They've won 2 in a row. They're home, and I get 9 points. I don't think the Colts are capable of going into Detroit and blowing Detroit out. I think this is a field goal game either way. I don't trust either team all that much, so I'm going to move the line to 9 and take the Lions. Like I said, home field, 9 points. Detroit's won 2 in a row. They are up to 3-3. I think this game is close. That's the way to go there. That's pick number 8. Pick number 9, let's go up to Seattle, the Great Northwest, with the Seattle Seahawks are -3 against the San Francisco 49ers. Boy, the Niners have really turned it around the last couple of weeks. Up to 4-3, just bamboozled New England. The 49ers look like a completely different team. Just 3 weeks ago, they got hammered by Miami at home. They have all sorts of guys out, but they have really turned the corner the last couple of weeks. They have really played well. They played some inspired football. So the Niners have done a nice job at least stabilizing things in that tough division. Seattle, they're down to 5-1. They lost a heartbreaker to Arizona. Seattle was winning all the way through this game. I felt like they were up by 10 points the whole way. They blow it at the end, and they take their first loss. The way the Niners have played the last 2 weeks, and I don't love Seattle's defense. Seattle's become a big offensive team now and not as good on defense. I'm going to move the line to take the Niners. This is a very important game. It's a division game. These two teams have played some classics the last few years. From what I have seen from the Niners the last 2 weeks, I think they'll at least be in the game. In the game. I'll move it to 9 and take the Niners. That's pick number 9. Pick number 10. Ooh, we got a humdinger here. Let's go to Baltimore with the Baltimore Ravens at -4.5 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh up to 6-0. Held on and beat Tennessee. They were up huge in this game. Held on at the end. Did not play a good second half, but they did get the win. The Steelers are the only undefeated team now in the NFL. Baltimore, they're 5-1. They're coming off a bye. This is a monster game. A monster game because you're talking about who wins this division. You're talking about the difference between maybe the 1 seed and the only team to get a bye in the conference as opposed to the 5 seed and you got to go on the road. That is a huge difference. Now remember, they also play a second time later this year in Pittsburgh. Keep that in mind. This is a monster game. I'm going to move the line to 10.5 and take Pittsburgh just because of the history of these two teams. These two teams always play close games. They always seem to come down to the end. It's always close. You kind of have a feeling the Steelers are due for a loss, but they've played so well this year, and out of respect for the rivalry, I'm moving it to 10.5 and taking Pittsburgh. I think the game will be close again. It's a monster game in the grand scheme of things. I'll go Pittsburgh plus 10.5. Close game. That's pick number 10. Pick number 11. Let's go to the Mile High City in Denver with the LA Chargers are -3 against the Denver Broncos. Denver down to 2-4, lost to the Chiefs, had too many turnovers. Chargers, they're up to 2-4. They finally got a win. They beat Jacksonville. They had a big lead in this game, then fell behind, then caught up. The Chargers, they're all over the place. I'm going to move the line and take Denver. It's a division game. Both of these teams have the same record. Denver's usually a good home team. I'll put the Chief game aside. The Chiefs are just too good for Denver. The Chargers are more of a team that Denver can hang in the game with. So I get 9 points. I get the home field. I'm going to go Denver there. So that's pick number 11. Pick number 12. Let's go to the Windy City in Chicago where the New Orleans Saints are -4.5 against the Chicago Bears. Saints up to 4-2, beat Carolina in what was a very good game. Chicago down to 5-2, lost to the Rams. That's the bad Chicago. When Chicago doesn't dominate on defense, you know they're limited offensively. And they didn't get anything done on offense yesterday. I mean, they really didn't. They can be inept on offense sometimes. They really can. And I do think Foles gives them a better chance to win than Trubisky. But their defense really is what carries them. When their defense can't get it done and can't take the ball away, they can have performances like they did last night. Having said that, overall, they've done a really nice job this year. 5-2 for the Bears. That is a really nice job. I'm going to move the line to 10.5 and take a shot with Chicago. Not one of my favorite plays. Always dangerous going against the Saints because they can move the ball. Chicago at home, though, getting 10.5 off a loss. Should be cold weather, slow track there in Chicago. I think the Bears are going to hang around in this game. I think they're going to hang around. Not one of my favorite plays. Not one of my favorite, but I'm going to move it to 10.5. Like I said, you get the home team. You get 10.5. Cold weather, all that kind of stuff will favor Chicago. Their defense will play better at home. I'm going to take a shot with the Bears there. 2-team teaser, 10.5 points. That's pick number 12. Pick number 13. Let's go down to South Florida, Miami, with the LA Rams are -3.5 against the Miami Dolphins. Rams, like I just mentioned, beat Chicago on Monday Night Football. Rams are up to 5-2. Miami, they're up to 3-3. Now, here's the thing with Miami. They're not going with Fitzpatrick anymore. Here comes Tua. I was surprised by the timing of this move because the Dolphins have played a lot better lately. They had some mojo. They had some momentum. Now you're going to put Tua in? That's very strange that they're going to him now. I definitely could see them going to him if they lost a couple games. Fitzpatrick was playing well. The Dolphins had some mojo. They're up to 3-3. They've won a few games. Strange they decided to do this now. That's why, to me, this game could be a throwout. If Fitz was playing, I'd move it to 9.5 and take the Dolphins. Now with Tua playing, what are you going to get from Tua? Tell me. Do you know? Does any of us know? He could have a good game. He could throw 3 interceptions. You just don't know what you're going to get from a guy that hasn't played a full game yet. So to me, this game is a throwout. It really is. I just don't know what I'm getting from Tua. Now listen, if you like the Rams, I couldn't argue with you, being you got a rookie quarterback playing. But to me, I'm going to throw this game out. Too much unknown here for me. That's pick number 13. And the final pick, again, this is the Thursday Night Football game. I do not bet Thursday Night Football. Carolina at home, -2.5 against Atlanta. Carolina's down to 3-4, lost a tough game to New Orleans. Carolina's been in every game this year. All 7 games they've been in. Atlanta, 1-6, lost to Detroit. Same old story for Atlanta. They cannot hold a lead. I don't know what to do with this game. I can't take Atlanta, that's for sure, because no lead is safe, and I don't love Carolina, so to me it's a throwout and it's Thursday Night Football. If I had to pick it, I'd probably go Carolina. Home team on Thursday, and Atlanta just can't hold any leads, and Carolina's been in every game this year. But again, I don't love Thursday Night Football. I certainly wouldn't bet it. So there you go. Those are your 14 picks for week number 8. Like I said, 13-3 last week. Winner after winner, year after year. Despite the schedule and the virus and everyone being hurt and this and that, I'm having another monster season. I hope you guys cashed in last week. There was money to be made. All right, you guys, thanks so much for the support. The best audience in all of YouTube right here. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Pick a lot of winners. Make a lot of money. Enjoy your Halloween this weekend as well. I'll talk to you next Tuesday, which is Election Day, I believe. Talk to you then. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games. Pick a lot of winners. Make some money. Take care.